Tervetuloa KoKon kahvitauolle. Tänään ollaan täällä keskustassa seurakuntien talolla kokoushuoneessa. Ja mä olen Antti Vanhala, KoKon työntekijä. Ja tänään mulla on seurana vuoden vapaaehtoiseksi valittu henkilö Kansalaisareenan toimesta. Ja koska hän puhuu enemmän englantia kuin suomea, niin käydään tänään keskustelu englanniksi. So, I just said that today's guest comes from Jyväskylä and been recently selected as a voluntary worker of the year 2021. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Antin.
And welcome Ilkhom Khalimzoda.
Thank you very much, Antti. Yeah, I'm pleased to be here with you.
So, would you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah, I'm keen to say that I'm from Central Asia, now coming and living in Central Finland. So I think this is a very powerful connection, perhaps. I've been here since 2017, doing my doctoral studies at the University of Jyväskylä. And I've been volunteering in all of my free time and sometimes in working time as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been involved in local organizations to volunteer, and we also established Suomen kulttuurienvälistä yhteisöä to realize more projects. This is how I was nominated to be a volunteer of the year, and now you have the results.
Yeah, that's really good work, I must say. So you've been here in Finland like 4 years now, and you've been doing voluntary work all the time.
Yeah, since I came, of course I came at the end of 2017, but I started volunteering 2018.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what led you to this voluntary work area?
Yeah, I'm personally an active and social person, and you know, as an immigrant, when you come into a new society, there is a need of meeting more people, increasing the networks, and getting connected to the people living around you, to start making some meaning, to start making some sense.
Yeah.
So I think this has been the primary motivation to volunteer. Yep.
Okay. So it helps to connect with people and to like maybe integrate.
Well, yeah, if we talk about integration, I care a lot about this, but there are different discussions about integration. But theoretically, if you look into kotoutumisen or kotoutuminen.fi website, it's both theoretically and practically it's a two-way work. Yeah. It's a two-way effort that we have to move towards the newcomer and then the existing society. But of course, as a newcomer, I felt a lot of need to move forward, because you don't know certain things and you don't have access to certain things, and you open those doors by connecting, by engaging, by being active, because these things give a lot of learning experience and doing experience. This is how I got involved in this learning process, which is, you know, ongoing and maybe permanent for all, because at some point we might be all immigrants moving from Jyväskylä to Tampere, from Oulu to Helsinki, from Keski-Asia to Keski-Suomi. Yeah,
that's that's an idea I like, that we're all immigrants in this world. I mean, if you look at in a short time period of time, it seems that for example I'm a Finn.
Yeah.
But if we go a couple of generations back in my family history, you'll find out that okay, this person came from Russia, this person came from Sweden,
Exactly.
and I'm also maybe a third generation immigrant then, or fourth.
Okay.
So it's,
you see, like, yeah.
And like I learned a week ago, we had a one discussion about what is it to be a Finn,
Right.
and I learned that like 8,000 years ago, people in Finland nowadays and people in Turkey came from the same spot in the this mountain Ural.
Yeah, Ural Mountain. Yeah.
So we have the same origins with the Turk people. So we're all immigrants if we look at the long time period. Yeah. But okay, you mentioned the Suomen kulttuurienvälinen yhteisö, Finnish intercultural community.
Yeah.
I think. What's the goal of this association?
Yeah. Well, Finnish intercultural community is under Finpolar Kulttuurikeskus, an association. We, as a working group, concentrate on issues of intercultural and interfaith dialogue communication.
Yeah.
And since this is also my research and study field, I felt very home in this working group with my colleagues, 4 or 5 of us, when we established this. And our aim was, being from foreign background, living in Finland, because most of us has been newcomers into the society. We wanted to engage more with the society we're living in, but also empower ourselves, empower people with foreign background primarily, and increase the communication, to increase the dialogue, to increase this exchange, the learning process. So that's why I can call it as a twofold aim. One which is internal, to encourage, discover the potential of people with foreign backgrounds, and involve us more into the society, participation, civic engagement, future leaders, next generation leaders, but also in another side to involve the majority society also in this kind of work, so that it's reciprocal, mutual, in 2 ways. So in short, in brief, this is the aim of Finnish intercultural community.
Why?
Yeah, good question. Because you see pictures in many places around the world. If we let ourselves in the comfort of our bed, we end up living in our bubble, end up in our own community where it's comfortable, when it's you speak the same language, you do the same kind of things. But I think we have to step out, we have to meet other people, enlarge our horizon, have wider network, because it enhances employability, it enhances well-being. Because while having more networks, more friends, more social connections, you feel connected, you feel belonging to this country, and it brings joy. It brings people perhaps closer. It brings at least awareness that so that we are so rich, we are so diverse. We have multiple backgrounds, language, talents, which should be discovered and utilized. I think this could be one reason why.
Yeah, that's really good. Really good. This well-being is an interesting thing, like social well-being, and what kind of activities you've had that have improved social well-being?
Yeah, I think because I most of the time concentrate from the newcomer's perspective, it's a process of change, and change causes stress. We have to work to reduce the stress, level of stress, because all the bureaucracy, documentation, new place, residence place, new language, new environment, surroundings. Even though you might be living for 5 years, but you still don't know certain things, how it works. And being involved, trying to learn these things as soon as possible makes you feel better, I think. It makes you competent. And that's where well-being comes, I think, in many ways, because you're competent to make your applications online, check your Omakanta online. Of course, this is a basic literacy things, but we have to learn this, right, at the beginning. And you do many stuff online, and you know how to function in the society, and you know how to get things done.
And you mentioned this connecting with Finnish people or the longer residents, how to say it? People who have lived here for longer.
Exactly.
When you encounter problems, for example, with some kind of service, banking or some kind of application, you have a person to ask when you've connected with the society, with the neighborhood.
Exactly. I think it's very key points, because having local networks, friendships, that makes things quite smooth and easier in any circumstance. For example, I had idea, or colleagues have an idea, we discuss with people who have been living here longer, so having perhaps some more experience. And you are having a problem, you discuss this, and then you get the background, the context, why it might be, how it might be triggered. And I always found this very useful. Giving you a very simple example, as a person who is starting hiihto skiing for the first time, I'm going to different shops and stores. They are very expensive, very different kinds. Is it for skating? Is it a cross country? Is it a downhill? The size and the weight, I have never done. I will spend days and days looking for this and spend much more resources. But when I have friends, they suggested me a place where I can buy previous year's skis, new ones for a good price. And I know the details, what I have to pay attention. So this kind of tips make life easier.
Like everyday life.
Everyday life easier and connected, of course.
Okay. There's is it something like 8% of immigrant people in Tampere area and 24% in Hervanta. Like we talked earlier with you today, it's kind of a big problem that there's different kind of cultural bubbles there, which don't always have connected with each other and don't have these places for dialogue. Do you have any good advice for newcomers about how to reach out for Finnish people or other cultures outside of this bubble? How to do it?
Yeah, I think very interesting question. First of all, I think those bubbles or communal groups of people. It's something natural, right? You want to be.
It's like Finnish people in Spain, in especially this area, Fuengirola, where there's a huge amount of Finnish people living there, and some of them speak only Finnish because it's easy and it's comfort.
Yes, of course. So the ways to reach out, I think it could be by reaching out community leaders. Community leaders as a key players because every community, every bubble, if someone they trust, someone they rely on, basically reaching them out and communicating what we want and giving a meaning of what we want to do with them. I think might improve the situation, as well as it's similar to community leaders that we have to have a locomotive people who lead, right? People who engage, people who are active, people who are involved. They can easily reach out their communities and bring them out. But also, I think some sort of innovative ways can be used to bring people as well. For example, in Sky, Suomen, kulttuurienvälistä, yhteisöä, we had an Apple project, right? You might think, what is this like? What do you do with apples? But all the idea is, this oma koti, the houses that people have, and they have an apple trees, and you see how apples are going to the west, because it's impossible to always collect them all, harvest them all, and spread them all. People do actively involve in this in Facebook page, etc. But we wanted to do it very systematically, and we try to bring people who need apple and those who want to share together. And this has been a success. In Jyväskylä, taken up in Hämeenlinna, and started this year also in Tampere, thanks to the colleagues taking it serious. I mean, this kind of or some other sort of innovative projects that involve people, talk to their hearts, can bring them up to the common space.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I do. In how many different cities Sky works?
Yeah, we have now colleagues from Oulu, Jyväskylä, Tampere, Seinäjoki, Uusimaa, and I think also Pori.
Okay.
Now in our website we utilize this, included different cities where our colleagues exist. So they're also newcomers, like surprisingly, like with 2-3 years of experience in Finland, but they're doing a great job, reaching out municipalities, reaching out different communities, involving and engaging. I really want to thank them if they are listening.
Let's hope that they find this interview. If someone wants more information about Sky, Suomen kulttuurienvälinen yhteisö, where can this be found, and are the regional people available for, like, people can contact them and ask that, hey, I would like to know more, or I would like to join your association?
Of course. Basically, the easiest way is to go to social media and type Sky Suomi or Suomi Sky in Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We have accounts, but also the web page, skyru.fi, basically. And there we have cities, and if you click the cities, we have people residing in the cities. But it's a good point to leave their contacts as well, because we have a general contact form.
Okay. Yeah.
But we might consider putting their contacts so that they would be reached quicker. But we are very fast in communication, so I think anyone that types from Facebook or from email we'll be really happy to get in touch.
Yeah, good. Any final words for this interview for our viewers? Well, if you have something in mind.
Yeah, well, thank you for having us. And I think volunteering is a valuable work. It has to be appreciated. And I'm really happy that Finland appreciates it so much. And a lot of volunteers, even in this Kansalaisarena's campaign, 89 brilliant candidates. When I read about them, I said, why I was nominated. Like, it's a big question mark. Like, honestly, when I looked through 5, 6 of them, and I said, brilliant, perfect. But I was really shocked when I got into the finalist and then into the first place. But I think it's a very valuable work, as also I was been telling that it's something brings you a social capital. We should not expect something financial for this, but it's like a social capital, something that makes you happy, involved, and empowered. So I think this is very powerful, and I invite everyone to volunteer and thank all those volunteers.
Yeah. Thank you for visiting us, and I wish you all the best in the future, and of course a pleasant Christmas time and Happy New Year, and I hope to meet you again at some
Thank
point.
you.
Maybe we get some mutual projects or something.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
we will do something together. And thank you for having us here, and I'm really honored and pleased. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And for the viewers, I'll put the website at the end of this video, so you can find it there. Kiitos kaikille katsojille. Nähdään taas seuraavassa videossa, missä se sitten lieneekään. Moikka!
Moikka!